3 big brand 299 irons you definitely should be remembering. We've got beginner, intermediate and advanced, not to mention I want them to look good as well. Performance is key, and even though these have slipped the memory of majority of golfers, well, I'm not going to show you anything that isn't pretty darn good. Especially the tailor-made advanced option at the end, which goes for an absolute steal. Plus, I also have a special bonus round at the end, oldest iron to still be used on tour, with the manufacturer trying to recreate it with their newest models. But first, let's talk about the beginner section and the steel that is the hot metal. I actually recently acquired a full set of these, and sadly, apart from the slight pitting on the shafts, it got me thinking there's some outrageously good looking clubs in the market for around the £299 category. I'll show you some of the prices that these hot metals go for. I even did a video a year or so ago when they were selling these brand new 359, and I said it was a steal then, and even secondhand now I would say these are steal, mainly due to the fact it's hard to get a cavity back de-lofted iron that's very offset that looks as good as this. And to demonstrate the forgiveness, I will miss the stick entirely, meaning I had to hit it out the toe and still almost got 170 yards worth of carry. That's not bad considering I nearly missed the face. All of the prices on recently sold auctions, yes, if you go for a professional seller, these are going to be more. But for someone that's looking to help with the slice, needs help when not hitting it out the middle of the face, and doesn't want something grotesque in the midsection of their bag, the hot metal from Mizuno, you just can't go wrong. Which brings me on to the intermediate section, and I absolutely lost it when I found out how much these things were going for. But there's a slight catch. I've tricked you. These are even cheaper than $299. This 2016 model is easily under £300, but I'm even going to show you the prices of the 2019 model. And to be honest, in this intermediate section, I could choose so many different types of heads. But for me, Callaway irons just don't do that great in the second-hand market, even though they retail for the same price as all the other big brands. I'd love to hear why you guys think that might be, but in terms of going for this rather than this, you're going to get more control, better ball flight, maybe not 200 yards with your 7-iron. Which is important for some of you guys trying to dabble in a bit of that. Soft fades into green, that is. Or maybe a bit of this. I mean, I can hit draws all day. They're more push hooks than anything. Again, at £299 or even less for the Apex, you can't really go wrong with these two options. And again, if you feel like you outgrow or potentially need to go back to something more forgiving, in the worst case scenario, you'll be able to offload these for 200 quid to your mate or Facebook Marketplace if you really need to get rid of them. Which leads me on to the tailor-made option. There was a spell in 2016 and onwards where basically this was the only hollow back TaylorMade produced, which means this beauty got left to the wayside, and the price that you can get it for speaks for itself. And I had a bit of a battle trying to think about a forgotten forged advanced player iron, but this one for me really takes the biscuit in terms of release it came out, the amount of these that you'll be able to pick up, not to mention it's TaylorMade, which is a big brand, and to me I think it's one of the best looking TaylorMade irons that they produced in this kind of model. Therefore, last but not least, the most forgotten iron that's still used by so many of the best golfers in the world, the Ping S55. One of the best things about Ping irons, especially when it comes to second-hand clubs, apart from this one feeling definitely different from the others, is that no matter how much wear and tear they seem to get, they look like they've hardly ever been used. The only issue with soft metal forged clubs, especially in these kind of head styles from other manufacturers, is that they're soft, but it also means that, well, they're going to get dinked and battered by everything that's not quite as soft as them. However, from the S55, the way it feels and the look of it, from address when you're looking down at the thing, it very much feels like that player's iron not super forgiving, not offset. But if you're like me and you occasionally have the block or the slight off-center hit, I mean, that's seriously good efficiency from a pretty poor strike on a relatively small iron head. The last big takeaway from this video, whether you're going for something that's super forgiving like the hot metal, or let's say these quite old now Ping S55s, it's very much the fact that you're allowed to be wrong. At 300 pounds, or something just under that, all of these irons give you the ability to play golf, meaning that they're always going to have some kind of value. And one of the big reasons why I've chosen quite big brands for this underrated list is that branding's very important when it comes to trying to get rid of them. Therefore, if I'm wrong, you're wrong, you choose the wrong one for that $299 price tag, you won't be sitting on them in the garage for ages trying to find someone to take them off your hands. And any questions, sasgolfacademy.com. I'll catch you guys later.